It's Knsey time. It's time to go over to the host of the Knsey Schofield Unfiltered, Knsey Schofield. Hi, Kins.
Hi, Kev.
Right, quite a lot to talk about. Well, we covered Meghan's trip to Paris earlier in the week. That was a strange affair. I heard a great story. I read a great story. You know, that she never quite managed to rub shoulders with the A-list. She was definitely trying very hard. And apparently, at the Balenciaga do, after the actual catwalk show, she tried to get involved in tried to sort of sidle up to Dame Kristen
Scott Thomas.
And Kristen was, you know, very British, very upper class and all that, and was very polite. But she was talking to someone, and apparently Kristen Scott Thomas and Meghan came in and tried to get involved, and Kristen Scott Thomas just turned around and went, and then just carried on talking, which I think was the story. Was the story of Meghan's trip. She tried to get in with the style crowd, and it didn't really work out.
I talked to a body language expert who works for the government, and he said that that'll be on Knsey Schofield Unfiltered Friday, and he said that he's never seen Meghan so defeated than in that clip. Yeah. He said you watch her melt. You completely see that she is shaken by this. And there's a moment where she approaches these two women talking. Kristen Scott Thomas is Dame Kristen Scott Thomas is one of these women. Kristen Scott Thomas refuses to make eye contact with her. So Meghan shifts her attention to the other woman and grabs her neck. And the expert was talking to me about how that was, she's grabbing her neck because she's reacting to how chilly it feels over there. Wow. And how she's like uncomfortable. And he said in all of his years studying Meghan Markle, which he does, it's the lowest he's ever seen her. She feels completely defeated by that engagement with an A-lister that is not giving her the time of day because her brand is toxic.
Yeah, she had some there were some serious A-listers there. Emma Stone, Anne Hathaway, Baz Luhrmann, even the...
Well, Emma Stone and I haven't spoken since we got into a fight about hair extensions, so that is a little...
All right, well, okay, she's Z-list, obviously.
Yeah,
she's
okay,
Z-list.
thank you,
finally. If she doesn't like you, she's off my list altogether, but seriously...
She's fine, we love Emma, we love Emma.
Yeah, the A-list were there, out in Zendaya, everybody, you know, and I think Meghan assumed she would be embraced by the A-list, but she ended up with the C-list. She was given the cold shoulder, you know, and what was it? Somebody said that she clashed with or she encountered the kind of grace that doesn't need an audience. And I'm afraid that Meghan Markle not only needs an audience, she always will. So the kind of people that shone at Paris Fashion Week are effortlessly sort of cool and A-listy, and she puts so much effort into it, and that isn't the kind of style that works there. It's not a sort of cheap showbiz affair. These are the most stylish people in the world. They have a way of behaving, and Meghan Markle clearly didn't understand it. But let's talk about what they...
Wait, I want to just say there was another narrative happening on the internet which really frustrated me, that there was some sort of redemption story here, because there are stories that Anna Wintour does not like Meghan Markle, and there was a brief kiss hug between them. That's Hollywood, baby. I mean, I just mentioned Emma Stone. I would throw my arms around, I grew up with her, I would throw my arms around her if I saw her tomorrow. That doesn't mean that I don't have beef with Emma Stone. That doesn't mean I don't have issues with Emma Stone. That just means you're in a place surrounded by cameras. You're going to be polite. You're going to be courteous. Just because Anna Wintour acknowledged Meghan Markle does not mean, and Anna Wintour, who's out of a job now, by the way, she doesn't even have the same amount of power that she previously had. So that really frustrated me, that people were like, this totally wrecks Tom Bower's narrative that Anna Wintour said that Meghan Markle wasn't worthy of being in the pages of their magazine. I mean, I guess time will tell, but I really didn't believe that. Okay, so they said hello to each other. It's what you do when you see someone you recognize.
She was frozen out of the A-list. She was frozen out of the top of the style ladder crowd. She really was. You could tell it. You could tell it. Christian Scott Thomas, you know, it was one of those. It's very British, you know, and then carry on talking. The kind of class system behaviour that Meghan just wouldn't understand. People in Britain, we know exactly what that is. That is, go away. I don't want to talk to you. Go and talk to someone else. But yeah, embarrassing for her. I don't think that trip worked at all well for her. Not like she hoped. Anyway, what probably will work for her is this ludicrous trip they're currently making, Harry and Meghan, to New York, where they will both collect their thoroughly undeserved Humanitarian of the Year awards from the Project Healthy Minds organisation. Now, as I said earlier, you know, Harry, this is the least deserved award for Harry since he collected the Legend of Aviation award.
No, since he collected the Pat Tillman Award. Pat Tillman died in the middle of serving the country. Prince Harry has no business having his name said in the same sentence as Pat Tillman.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But Legend of Aviation, this guy couldn't pass he failed his helicopter pilot's test. How can you be a Legend of Aviation if you're not allowed to fly even a helicopter because you failed the test? So in other words, the story is Pat Tillman was a disgrace. Pat Tillman's mother didn't want Harry to pick up that organisation's award, and yet Harry went. He'll go anywhere to pick up an award.
Security's not a problem then.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So there they are in New York. They're about to get these Humanitarian awards. What on earth for, Knsey?
They would tell you it's for protecting children online, but then why is Meghan Markle at a Balenciaga show accused of predatory behavior in the form of children's images? I mean, I can't tell you. A publicist has done their job. And what they're doing is they're finding these charities that are willing to make Harry and Meghan look good. The charities in return sell a lot of tickets to these galas and events because people are curious. There's a morbid curiosity attached to these two. And they want to say that they were at an event with Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. We had a little bit of a similar situation around the time of the Palisades fire. Remember, Meghan was being honored for something. I can't even remember what. The Palisades fire happened, so they canceled the event. They just had the same event, and Meghan Markle was not honored. So they did the event that they postponed, and Meghan Markle was not honored. I mean, it's a PR. It's all a PR game. Meghan and Harry's team are looking for people to give them trophies so that People magazine will melt and say, "Oh my gosh, Harry and Meghan saving the world," and in return for the charity, people like you and I are talking about them for the first time on Earth, and they might sell a few more tickets because people think it's glamorous to be in a room with Princess Diana's son and King Charles's son. But not the missus. I'll be honest with you. Nobody cares about being in the room with the missus.
You're right. There's still a sort of certain morbid curiosity in Prince Harry. He is a member of the royal family. He is the king's son, and as such, will always have that kind of attraction about him, that kind of draw. People who I saw the prince.
I think if you said to me, like, do you want to meet Prince William's brother? Instinctually, I'd be like, until you said Prince Harry.
Exactly.
No.
What do you reckon's going on between Harry and Meghan, though? Because Harry, I believe, first, before they get their Humanitarian awards, is undertaking some kind of solo engagement in New York. He's going to a Movember event. It's just like, so she's just been in Paris all on her own. He's going to this Movember thing all on their own.
Well, we should be fair. This is a conversation about men's mental health. It wouldn't make sense for her to be there, but I think it's fair for us to pick that apart. If someone hasn't demonstrated stability or self-awareness, should they really be leading a conversation about men's mental health? Maybe it's time we leave that space to the professionals, not the ones still working through their own crises publicly. Dishonesty in interviews, attacking family members in documentaries and books, perpetual paranoia. Those aren't the actions of someone mentally stable or qualified to preach about mental health. If you can't manage your own, what qualifies you to educate others? And this is for both Harry and Meghan. If Archewell wants to be considered the authority on any of these topics, whether it be the environment or mental health, they should hire experts to represent them. It should not be Prince Harry sitting up on a platform talking about some conversations he's had with veterans, which is what this was.
Okay.
I'd be curious to know the exact amount of time Harry actually spends talking to veterans and how that somehow qualifies him as a thought leader in the mental health space, because shaking hands at an event isn't the same as doing the work or going to school to study this process. Of course, these two have revealed that they have mental health problems, but have you seen them come out on the other side? Have you seen them say, I figured it out, I did the work, and I'm better now? Because I certainly haven't.
Yeah, and do you remember when they first launched their campaign to protect children from online harm, and they rented that cabin somewhere, didn't they, in the hills, in the mountains, and they invited all these parents, and they were filmed talking to the parents. And then I think Archewell released a press release stressing that in future everything will be done online. They wouldn't be meeting anyone else ever again. So it was just for the cameras. And I think there's something in terms of, I'm not sort of...
Don't forget, is Chrissy Teigen going to be there applauding Meghan Markle as she receives this award for protecting children online? Chrissy Teigen, who told a teenager to unalive herself, harassed this teenager on the internet to the point that this teenager had unaliving herself thoughts. There have been documentaries made about how horrible this bullying was. Chrissy Teigen, Meghan's friend, who appears on With Love Meghan season 2. Will Chrissy be in the front row? Meghan giving this woman, this online bully, a platform on her television show? I'd like to see that.
Yeah, well, I would too. And what exactly, since that cabin filming session when they launched their online harm campaign, for which they're going to get Humanitarians of the Year award, what exactly have they actually done to help children who may be suffering from online harm? What actually have they done? Do we know whether they've done anything at all?
No. I mean, I know they sat down for an interview with CBS.
It's all performative, isn't it?
It's all very performative, yes.
Yeah, look at us. We're doing something good. We're doing something good. Well, no, you're saying you're doing something good. We're not seeing evidence of you actually doing anything. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I totally see what you're saying. What we've seen in 2025 from Harry and Meghan, we'll start with Harry, the loss of Senabale, the explosion of the African Parks charity scandal in multiple ways. Sherry Blair's report that did say, yes, some of these accusations are true, but we can't tell you which ones because African Parks won't let us. And when it comes to Meghan Markle, the failed launch of American Riviera Orchard.
Oh, yeah, that takes me back.
Oops, now we have to call it as ever because we actually can't secure American Riviera Orchard. I've said it before, I'll say it again. People are not getting the products that they ordered. They are receiving emails days, weeks, months later saying, I'm sorry, we don't actually have the product that you ordered. You can either wait until God knows when, or you can receive a refund for your purchase. There was With Love Meghan season 1, which was absolutely blown up by critics all over the world. Season 2 didn't even chart. Confessions of a Female Founder was beat out on the podcast charts by sleeping apps. So if you like white noise, you are Meghan Markle's biggest Meghan Markle's biggest enemy, because the white noise apps beat Confessions of a Female Founder. And then Meghan Markle just quits Confessions of a Female Founder. So, I mean, I've seen Meghan push commercial ventures this year, and I've seen Prince Harry's charity endeavors fail. Okay, he makes a couple of cute appearances with balloon swords in the UK. That doesn't make up for 11 other months of failure or not doing anything. I've seen him surfing. You know, I didn't see him in With Love Meghan. I didn't hear him on Meghan's podcast. I don't know what to say. I don't know if that says anything. But
the question about Harry is, what on earth is he up to? Richard Eden in the Mail has written something about a jaw-dropping plot to return Harry and Meghan to the royal fold, aimed at undermining William and Kate. That sounds to me like more spin from Planet Harry and Meghan. What do you know about that?
So Richard Eden says in this piece that Meghan Markle is going to be back in the UK before 2026. I just spoke to somebody that said their palace sources say perhaps the king would plan to meet with Prince Harry at the beginning of 2026, but no sooner than that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why Harry and Meghan would be on their way to the UK. I am going to repeat something I don't know if I'm allowed to repeat. I'm pretty sure
go
I'm
on,
not
go
supposed
for
to
it.
repeat it, but
You can
here
trust
we
me.
go.
You can trust me. You can trust your secret with
and
me.
Your audience of 200,000 at least watching. There is a charity that Meghan Markle still works with called SmartWorks in the UK, and there was chatter a few weeks ago about some discomfort, allegedly, about an idea that Meghan Markle brought to them about the holidays. And the discomfort was that they were afraid it would interfere or look like it was competing or in some way disrupt what the Princess of Wales was preparing for the holiday season.
Okay.
And so I could put those, if I'm trying to see Meghan in the UK again, I put those stories together, right? But I'm still, like you, under the impression that Meghan Markle has no desire to return to the UK because she knows how simply loathed she is there.
Yeah, I mean that's a really important factor because she's sort of very needy, isn't she? She loves to be loved, which is why she goes on these weird pretend royal tours to Nigeria and Colombia. And she knows, as you quite rightly say, that if she came back here, you know, she left us here in Britain in no doubt that she hated it here. She hated us. She said so in that documentary, basically calling us a bunch of slave drivers. The palace people hated her. They bullied her, she said, although we hear it was the other way around. So she hates it here. And frankly, and she hates the British people. Frankly, it's feelings mutual. So my instinct is that she'll never come back to this country because she knows people don't really want her back in this country.
Yeah, I don't know what she thinks she would do there. The Queen's death is still on everyone's hearts. I mean, she was your queen for longer than anyone else in your lifetime. She was your only queen, really, because what you have now is a queen consort. So I don't
say that to Charles. He won't like that.
I know. It's okay. He's distracted. Well, that's one. I know you're going after COP 30 right now, but it is interesting to me that King Charles and Prince William are currently at the Natural History Museum for countdown to COP 30. And this is one of the rare times we see these two at an engagement together. As if, I mean, you know what? Okay, yeah, they're at COP 30 because they both love the environment. But does it conveniently probably distract from Harry and Meghan's New York trip? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it could be that. But of course, the King and William, I mean, you know, I'm becoming more and more of a fan of William after I saw him on Eugene Levy's documentary. I think, I rather like William, but you know, and who could dislike the King in the end? It's a nice old buffer, isn't he? You know, but
my point was though that people are not
green
forgive
claptrap.
Meghan.
Their green claptrap gets on my nerves. It gets on a lot.
I know it does. I know it does.
Yeah.
My point was that people will not forgive Meghan for the way she treated Queen Elizabeth, no matter how long she's been gone.
Yeah.
I mean, it was. Some people accuse them of elderly abuse. I'm not saying it was, but I've seen those accusations that the way that the Queen and Prince Philip were so anxious towards the end of their lives, concerned about what was next, coming from the Sussex camp, not necessarily great for their mental health, guys. No. You know, fun fact. it was some form of abuse.
Yeah, let's talk. I mean, the thing about Meghan coming back here is, you know, if she ever did, certainly in some kind of official capacity, I think it's very, very unlikely because, you know, I don't think William and Kate ever want to be in the same postcode as her ever again. And the King is always going to sort of defer slightly to William because William, of course, is the future king. So I just don't see that we have the machinery in this country to let Meghan come back if it is to see the royal family. I mean, so the alternative to that is she comes back in a personal capacity, and frankly, I can't see that happening either. So all this talk of her coming to Britain, I can't see it. Can you?
I really can't, but if she does, then it kind of mirrors the conversation we've had previously about Prince Harry, that bulldozing their way through the no half in, half out. If Meghan shows up to do an event for a charity in the UK that she is still connected to because of her royal connections, which would be the only reason she's connected to certain charities in the UK, then that is her mirroring Prince Harry's elbowing and going, I don't care that you say no half in, half out. I'm going to do it anyway. And then while somebody like Richard Eden might describe this as a thawing, like, oh, look, Meghan's doing charity in the UK. What we will see it as is somebody disrespecting the monarchy, disrespecting the Sandringham Summit. And it does not play well for their PR.
Yeah, I don't think she's coming back. By the way, a couple of last points. I should have complimented you last time when we spoke on Monday, because you had your lovely Union Jack British flag outfit on. I didn't even mention it, so very rude of me. So thank you for wearing that.
I don't remember the guy's name, but I heard somebody had some football player or something was
Gary
mad about
Neville.
Union Jack.
Gary
Neville.
Yeah.
So that was
your message to Gary Neville. Good for you, Knsey. And the other thing I wanted to just to run by you is a little bird tells me that you might be gracing, while Meghan won't come here, Knsey Schofield will. You might be gracing us with your presence soon.
I will be there in 2 weeks.
Well, that's a date. I think I'm going to do some filming with you, and hopefully we can have a drink as well. Knsey, fabulous to talk to you. As always, have a lovely weekend, and we'll talk on Monday. That's Knsey Schofield, host of Knsey Schofield Unfiltered.